Welcome back to Joy of the Hang. Today we're talking about something that shapes connection more than we realize, experiences. Because events aren't just parties, they're moments. They're culture builders, they're brand statements, and they're memory makers. My guests today are Gillian Marto and Debra Hall of Events of a Lifetime Productions, an award-winning event designer. Well, both of them are award-winning event designers. And Atlanta Event Industries, you are Atlanta Industries event rising star.
She was.
That's very exciting. Gillian is known for her bold, unforgettable creations like the branded live hand wall and Champagne Vending Machine. I love the live hand wall. That's so much fun. I've been to several events that have those. But behind the wow factor is something deeper: strategy, storytelling, and intention. Alongside branding strategist and event producer Debra, their team brings decades of expertise in event production, branding, marketing, and corporate experiences that don't just look good, they create impact. Today, we're diving into how experiences shape brand perception, why live events matter more than ever, the psychology of unforgettable moments, and what makes an event go from good to extraordinary. Welcome to Joy the Hang, Gillian and Debra.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
Great to have you both. So you both built a reputation for bold, immersive experiences. What separates a good event from one people talk about for years?
I think it goes back to sort of our philosophy of how we do events. We do our homework. If somebody comes to us and says, hey, I want to do a insurance benefits rollout. Let's be real exciting here. Which we actually did for IHG. It was one of the first projects Gillian and I did together. We went sort of back to the table then and really discussed with each other about what they were trying to achieve, what the IHG brand was about. How could we design something that would make their employees want to come, because they had problems, getting the people to show up, because it was just all the insurance vendors with little pens and things on tables, right?
Boring stuff.
Yeah. So, right. So we came up with an actually event that became a signature brand event for them, which was Wellbeing Your Way. And we reimagined that whole day as a day of health and wellness with, massage therapists.
We had a chef come in to make healthy meals and smoothies. We had biometrics, flu shots, fashion shows, a farmer's market,
A
and
scent
experience with different essential oils. They built their own signature fragrance, and it just turned into something it was so remarkable. They're like, we have to do this yearly. So it's an annual event for them now.
And every year they did it, their numbers go up as the attendees came. So I guess it's being intentional, doing your research, and then achieving what those goals are, whether you want to make somebody feel a certain way, maybe you want them to perceive your brand a certain way, or you want them to support a cause, leave a legacy. It's whatever those goals are, we sort of back up from those and say, relationally, how can we take you on a journey or tell a story that's going to affect you, motivate you, make you feel a certain way? And that's when the wow comes in.
Yeah.
People leave changed.
Right. I love that. That's great. How long have you all been doing this?
Well, I started the company 11 years ago, and Deb joined about 8 years ago. So we've been together for a while, and it just keeps growing and getting better and better.
And you started it in Atlanta.
And we're still headquartered there. I moved here 3 years ago to Longboat Key and love it. And just thought, well, we travel all over the world for events. But, COVID did teach us that we could work from anywhere. So we moved here. And eventually I was like, you know what? I don't want to travel so much. So let's see if we can do some business here. And done some networking and met some great folks. And everybody's so receptive to us being here. And now we're doing some great, wonderful events.
Well, since you brought it up, COVID changed a lot of in-person events. How did that affect your business?
Oh, it affected it.
we had time to move.
Yeah, we had to pivot. It shut us down for a while. All the business just went to quiet. It had to. And then we thought, well, like we invented new things. We decided we did some virtual events, which we didn't love, but we did it because we had to pivot for some of our clients. And then we did micro weddings, teeny tiny weddings. Started out with only 10, but very intimate and family members to, a little bit bigger of 25. You know how that went. We don't like to revisit it. But anyway, we just pivoted and did our best. But we stayed relevant. I was the president of an organization at the time called WIPA, which is Weddings International Professional Organization. And we had to really helped change the landscape of events during that time. So it was rough,
Yeah, I owned a restaurant during that time, so I know it was very difficult to
It was
have
difficult.
distance, people not being able to
Distancing and the
yeah.
different protocols that were rolling out, and had to kind of lead that. And it was challenging, but you know what? We all survived the pandemic.
It's in our rearview mirror
It
now.
is. And it plays into really, I think, the importance of live events now. So you go from COVID to the explosion of AI and people working at home, and sort of how disconnected all of those cultural things made us all. And so live events, especially corporately, became more important than ever to progress relationally, to achieve goals, to motivate, to create an organization that cared about
And
right?
felt connected. So it exploded. So our business really took off after COVID because everybody was anxious to gather. And what will that look like now? And they really wanted to be intentional about their gatherings. Yeah. So we once again, it just was natural fit to just go into that and show them how to enjoy events without being stressed out.
Well, I love it that you brought it up because it leads perfectly into my next question. We talk a lot on this show about connection. When you design an event, how intentionally are you thinking about human interaction and emotional connection?
It's everything.
It's everything.
It's where it really starts. That's where the idea comes from, right? Is how we're going to gather these attendees, how we're going to, like Deb said, make them feel. And it's all about the senses. So it all starts with how we're going to make them feel about their
It's
experience.
that famous quote, right? People will forget what you say, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And, psychologically, there's a lot of tenets in there that you can leverage to bring people together, to strengthen ties, to, broaden relationships. And that's across the board, no matter what kind of event you're having, because corporations on incentive trips, they want to feel like their group can be transformed. Galas, social giving events, they want to feel like they're a part of a team that is making lasting change. So no matter what your event, that's the bedrock of it, really, is how you design to touch people, change people.
And we noticed a trend, especially in the corporate world. They are very focused now on health and wellness and mental health. So we incorporate a lot of that into our events, and it goes over very well. So just, that human connection with AI, like Deb said earlier, AI is going to take over. Well, it cannot take over human connection. So now more than ever, your events have to be different and still gather people and have them connect, communicate, and, be human. Be human.
Well, I'm also a health and wellness coach, and what I'm passionate about is social wellness. So I love that piece that you're bringing into it because it's an integral piece that a lot of people have forgotten about.
It's mental health, spiritual health, it's all of it. And, their leadership now is seeing that they have to take care of their employees holistically. It can't just be get to work, be on time, drill, drill, drill. If you don't take care of the whole person, the performance will not be well.
Well, and I think too, my son still works from home after the pandemic, and there is that social isolation that's happening.
There really is.
And they need to bring people back and have them engaged in a work environment. It's not just about the commute or it's more about the relationships that they're able to form within an office environment.
And some of them have not gone back to the office. Like a lot of our clients actually own massive IHG is one of them. They own this building and they can't fill it. Employees won't come back. Well, they don't want to come back, but they're performing well at home also. So when you do bring them back for things, they want to be excited about coming back for things, like events or a day in the office, for instance. Like they may come in 3 days a week, and on a Friday have a happy hour after there at work. So they have that team building. They see one another. It's very important for them to engage.
So important. The branded live hand wall and champagne vending machine. How do ideas like that get born? What's the difference between a champagne vending machine and a live hand wall?
Well, very different. So the champagne wall is a branded wall, right? We decided to do this for our corporate clients who wanted a way to showcase sponsors or their brand. And it's a wall that has squares with brands on it and fabric covered windows, and hands come through and pass you champagne or branded cookies or swag parting gifts. So it's been used a number of times. It's in our world now, it's kind of let's do something new and
Yeah,
innovative. So
yeah.
the champagne vending machine came about, and it's been used for trade shows. It's been shipped all over the world. And it's interesting. We're the only ones that have a champagne vending machine that you can rent for an event. And I mean, it's always out on rental. I have two now, and it's just blown up because you don't have to pay. So it's like you press the button and you get your little split of champagne, and our clients brand them, and it's a great way of saying thank you, and it's fun, and they have to actually do something.
Yeah.
So
Engage.
yeah, they love that. It's been wonderful.
And you would be surprised how much of a relationship happens with a pair of hands. One of my favorite things to do is to stand to the side and watch people interact with that hand wall, because there's no discussion, there's no conversation. It's all in the personality of the hands and how the people react and speak to them. And it's so much fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah.
So
some people are weirded out.
Yeah, they're like, who's behind me?
It's like, oh, there's this hand.
This is weird.
It's always coming up with great ideas to just wow and delight our attendees and our clients. We're always thinking ahead.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because as you do it, someone else wants to do it. But for some reason, no one else has a vending machine. It's a beast of a thing to move. Logistically, it's challenging. But when it goes on that showroom floor, that trade show floor, they send us pictures. They're like, oh my gosh, people are lined up outside of our booth, which is what
You want to happen.
You're dragging people in. You got to grab them and pull them into your booth. And that does it every time.
That's great. I love that. A lot of companies see events as nice to have. What do they miss about the ROI of experiential marketing?
Oh my goodness. So
everything.
Yeah.
They don't know how to tell their story. They don't realize it's more than showing up for some, wine in a plastic cup and a charcuterie board. It's just a lot more involved. I wish they would embrace it more, certain sectors of the market, the financial sector, insurance, and attorneys.
Well, I think you can take a cue from the big brands, right? If you look at the big brands marketing, they're doing activations now that people engage with. We've done pickleball courts, mini pickleball tournaments. That's all branded to like a water bottle company. So they're actually bringing engagement in to sell their brand. And that's what corporations need to understand, is that they need to sort of give legs to their marketing. When I started out with Gillian, I had started doing events. My background is brand strategy, marketing, and PR. And I worked a lot in retail medicine. And how we were developing new audiences was stepping outside of the box and doing these brand collaborations with different entities that supported what these people were doing, but that's sort of outside the box. Like I worked with a plastic surgeon who was a runner, and he ran the Boston Marathon. I said, you know what? I said, you're a breast reconstruction surgeon. You need to run the Boston Marathon in support of a breast cancer entity. And we did that. We did the whole campaign. We did multiple different kinds of really fun events. And that built his practice to a whole new demographic. If businesses are not engaging, first of all, with their employees, transforming their teams by way of incentive trips, but then also drawing people into what their brand is or what they do, they're just missing such an opportunity. It's not about throwing a party.
That's the end game, but you have to start with the story and then develop around it. And I think that's what we bring. We have a boutique agency. When you hire us, you hire Debra and I. So you get the marketing, you get all the design and the creativity, all the things. So I think that's where we're a little unique, especially here in Sarasota, because we're not party planners. We're more of event producers. We join a team and kind of come alongside them and just help them to tell the story. They don't even know how to tell their story, but we bring that out, even in the gala world. What's your mission and why are you doing this, and who do you want to reach and touch? Because it's, as you know, in Sarasota, there's a gala every weekend or every day, actually.
I love
So how do you make yours separate? Yes, the table arrangements and the colors and all those things, that's lovely, but also collaborate. How do you collaborate with your community to really build more awareness and then create an experience that blows everybody away?
Yeah, this is definitely, that's one of the things I love about Sarasota, is that we are so philanthropic here with all the galas, but it's also one of the things that's really hard to keep up with.
It really is, right? And they all kind of run into the other, but
Yeah.
you know, we have some wonderful ones here.
We
I
do.
like the one you and I attended,
Uh-huh.
the Make-A-Wish. It was lovely. And I love the way it's done. It's like it's like gala, but not really a gala.
Yeah.
It was very fun.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah,
That
it really,
was,
it
yeah.
really
I
was
gone
fun.
to several this season, and that was definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to. I know you have a gala coming up. We'll talk about this
Yes.
weekend.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't make it because I'm actually headed to Palm Beach for the wine.
Yes, we've heard a lot of our friends are heading that way that can't. Yeah. So next year we are really crafting it where you all are not going to wine because we really would love to include people who have never really been exposed to this organization. And I think it's getting to be that time where it's just so fun.
So now that we're talking about it, let's tell them what's going on Friday, March 6th here in Sarasota.
I'll let Deb tell you.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us what's happening? It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Okay.
Yes. So we were very honored to be approached by the Sarasota Performing Arts Foundation to produce our annual gala. What this gala supports is making the arts available to everybody in the community, all the programs, scholarships, bringing school kids in that don't have a chance to come to the theater. So, I mean, it's just a wonderful, wonderful entity. You know, we firmly believe the arts can change your life. And to give access to everybody is so important. But anyway, the show will be the iconic Idina Menzel. I know, we're
amazing. I'm so disappointed to miss this. Yeah, and so it's a support that I would definitely want to be part of too. So,
well, when we were told that it was Idina, we did what we do, right? Did our research, and we thought, how fun would it be to take the attendees on an experiential journey? And that's what we're doing. We have a cocktail hour that is based on Frozen. We've taken her iconic roles that she has originated. And then we'll move into a dinner and paddle race that will be wicked. And then after her show, we have a very gritty New York City rent after party with an internationally known band that we're super excited about from New York.
So it's a long evening, but it's got, 4 acts really. So it's exciting from moment to moment. It's going to be amazing. We're really excited about it. Everything's coming together wonderfully.
Yeah, we're very
great
excited.
team working with us, and it's just fabulous.
She has ties to this area.
Oh, she does?
I think so because I saw her up in Orlando. And I think she has family.
Did you like the show?
Yeah. Very. Yeah. She's
One of
so talented.
She's one of the fun things is that Friday afternoon, she's opened her sound check to school kids. So there's a couple hundred school kids that actually will get to go to the theater and hear her. So that's just pretty
You
cool.
never know who could be the next Broadway star. So that's why the arts Sarasota is known for the arts. It's very important to keep the arts vibrant and alive here.
100%. I couldn't agree more. My daughter is in the arts. So she was a theater major at Harvard in that area. But anyway, yeah. So
Oh my goodness.
I know. She's directed an opera every year
Wonderful.
at Harvard. And so she's directing their spring show this year as well.
Well, that's really
So-
big.
Yeah, she does that a lot. So I know the industry well. I love it. So you produce corporate, charity, and destination events. How does strategy shift depending on the purpose?
Well, it shifts.
It doesn't
shift
No.
because it's the same approach, right? It's just a different execution.
Okay.
It's different execution to whatever the particular goals are, and the logistics are a lot different.
No logistic for each of is always different.
Gillian's the queen of logistics. I hate logistics.
I'm not the queen. I know us.
She's
the
the queen.
in place because my
Yeah.
brain works that way.
You're very detail oriented. You have to be.
You have to be. I mean, you got to have your pulse on everything. The food translates into the theme. We even dress wait staff. So we touch every area of the event to make it extremely special and immersive because it's everything translates.
Your teams change too from, we work with a lot of committees for the social and fundraising stuff. And then we'll work with a team from corporations like their HR manager, their marketing director. Sometimes for corporate, we come in white label because a lot of big corporations have event planners on staff. And so, but they're in charge of everything from every meeting to trade show to whatever. And so for their big events, like their sales launches or their incentive trips or corporate retreats, they'll hire us to come in and do what we do and really fashion the event for them, build the deck, and then they can present it as their own if they want, and then they can go and produce it, or a lot of times they'll hire us to come along on their team and actually produce it with using their team. So that's a little bit different for corporate. Sometimes with the bigger corporations, we do that.
Yeah.
Destinations we have teams of people that we work with all over the world, depending on what we need. So that's always super fun to not only meet new people, but to catch up with old friends. And that's what we hope to be here too. A resource for those planners, for those marketing directors that want to bring events to our area because it's perfect. And we know the ins and outs.
Have St. Regis on Longboat Key. So Sarasota is changing dramatically and very fast. And I think it's the perfect time. They're ready. They're ready for some experiential things. I mean, it's such a great town and everybody is excited about all the things that are happening. And I think it's just a great potential and growth here.
All right, ladies, I want some dirt. Tell me about an event that went wrong.
Oh,
we have not had an event that's gone wrong. We've had pieces of events that
are dramatic,
crashed and burned.
Okay,
but our client would never.
Yeah,
tell me a behind the scenes. Give me an example of something that happened. Oh my gosh,
we did a very huge, like 1,200 people in Mexico. The Xcaret Hotel, fabulous hotel in Casamaya, some part of Cancun. But anyway, it was lovely. And we had briefed the entire staff team, their whole team, from transportation, housekeeping. We had, because we go in and we just meet with all the heads of departments so that we can translate the timeline and how we expect things. Because, expectations of the US and other countries are very different. So we did all that. We thought we got security on board. Everything was ready to go. Well, we had 4 experiential events, 9 experiential events in 4 days. And this particular one was where we had to have the decor company load in at like 4 a.m. So we went over that with the security. All was well. Well, 4 o'clock in the morning, we get a phone call, and it's our decor company at the gate, and security won't let them in. So we had to Deb and I had to get dressed, go down there, start to get them to open the gates, letting them in, because if they didn't load in at that time, I mean, this was an extensive load, and we would not have been able to do the event that evening. So things like that. So I would say
I have a funny one from South Carolina. So the Low Country, right? Yeah. So we were doing an event, beautiful, beautiful property, expansive property. And the event was going to take place, the first part of it, near this beautiful pond with the live oaks and everything. So the night before, I was doing a last walkthrough. And as I'm walking by the beautiful pond where the major event is happening the next day, I hear this loud splash and all of this drama. And I look over and there's a huge alligator right where things are happening the next day.
Okay. To get rid of him.
So I call up the property.
He's an unwelcome guest.
Yeah.
He wasn't invited.
I called up the property manager and I'm like, there's an alligator. He can't be here tomorrow. Yeah. He's like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'll take care of it. So the next day I get there. Oh my God. This is the South Carolina Low Country. The manager comes up to me and goes, ma'am, I took care of it. I said, oh, good. Yeah. He sort of slipped away from me though. So, yeah, I hope everything is going to be okay. And I'm like, well, I do too. So I didn't know if during my event, the alligator was going to come belly up in my pond.
Oh,
it did it. It did it. But sometimes you have weird things happen.
They do.
That's funny.
Or you have customs.
Oh, yes. We've had customs deny our packages. They said they were explosives. And, you're racing over to customs to negotiate your boxes. We have those type of things that happen all the time. But the clients never know.
No.
It's us that go crazy. To do what we do, you have to be a little crazy.
Is it just the 2 of you, or do you have a team?
Oh, we have a large team.
You have a large team.
And they're based in Atlanta. So some will fly down. He's coming tomorrow, actually. Mm-hmm. We call him our design architect because he helps us put everything together. And we have a large team because when we do big events, we have to.
So tell me one that you're most proud of.
We loved our the one we did in Mexico, but I think most proud of was sex trafficking organization that we worked with in Atlanta. That was very meaningful. That was
Yeah,
special.
that was an organization that came to us. That they had actually, we were surprised when we started our research. They had been in the community for like 15 years. They just were not well known. So in our research and everything, and this sort of is what makes us a unicorn, able to bring that branding, market strategy, PR piece of the puzzle. So we sort of helped them out with that, got them a lot of the way we designed their event. We designed it as an awareness campaign of who they were and what they did. And we hit lots of different markets. Like we hosted yoga for moms on the green that was sponsored by them. We did a whole lot of different events for the week leading up to their gala, and it all culminated in people gathering on this outdoor green. It actually happened twice, on the outdoor green and on the roof of the hotel where the gala was for their VIP. We did a live butterfly release because we wanted to make the connection of what the people's money was actually doing. And it was taking a woman from darkness and ugliness of trafficking, transforming her life into beauty and freedom. And that was just so powerful. It was very powerful.
That was one of, I would say, I mean, we broke down. Everybody was crying. It was very emotional because we had, survivors speak and all of that. So I would say that one, but, we've had so many wonderful
We
experiences
really have.
that are meaningful too. But I would say that one stands out.
So why have the galas become so expensive? Is it because they're putting on these over the top events, or
No, it's the food cost. Really,
It's more
when
the
we
food
look at
cost.
our budget, usually it's staffing and food cost because everything's doubled.
and shoes? I
Mhm.
mean, the cost to go to that is, I think, out of control for some of these events.
Mhm.
So I'm always wondering how much of it actually is going to the charity that they're sponsoring,
Right.
and how much of it is going to pull off this over the top
Mhm.
event.
So we have to be very good stewards of our budget. So our clients give us that budget. And then, of course, we want it to be fabulous. We want it to be all the things. But the bottom line is how much money they want to raise and, how much we have to spend to get them there. And that's what I'm very proud about with Sarasota Performing Arts Foundation. The tickets are expensive to go. I mean, it's probably one of the pricier galas in town, but they keep it lean. We have great partners that have giving the foundation great pricing. And, then they, of course, raise money with the paddle raise, and all the money does go back to the community.
Yeah, it does.
And that to me, but it is, everything's more expensive now due to
This
inflation.
past year,
cost.
the inflation has gone up a lot. What were the figures that we were looking at research wise? It was $10,000 to $15,000 more to do the same event a
Mhm.
year later. Yeah, it's the food costs, supply chain
And
have
staffing.
gone up a lot. Yeah. But also something that Gillian and I are really passionate about, as you can probably tell, is we're very relationally based and we love to collaborate. So what that translates to for our clients is we have relationships and friends that want to collaborate with us. And we're usually able to pull off some collaborations that benefit everybody because our partners are getting in front of the right crowd, but
bringing the right
saving money.
sponsorship too.
Yeah.
The right sponsorship is important. Right?
Mhm.
So many people, it's great. People want to throw money at things, but why are you doing that? And why is your partnership so meaningful to this organization? So, it offsets the cost to sponsorship. But yes, the galas are expensive.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the ones that you go to, you vet to see does the money
Yeah.
really go to the right place, because that's important.
It is important.
Because it's not
Yeah.
just partying to party, it's partying for a purpose.
Right, exactly.
So take me back to the beginning. What got you involved in event planning? What was your career before that?
Oh, wait, the beginning was, were you in second grade? When you planned your
Second
wedding?
Yeah, I just married
She's
my
in
little
second grade.
boyfriend in second grade or something.
But she wore her maxi dress.
I
to
wore my
school.
maxi dress. I made my bouquet with like tinfoil, and I invited all the teachers to come and all the little kids. And it was, I was getting married, and I took it very seriously. Like I wrote vows and everything. Anyway, so it clearly was in my blood. My grandmother loved to entertain. She was an opera singer, piano player, and she always entertained. And I just loved it. I loved bringing people together, gathering, but making it not just getting in a room and having drinks. It was all about the theme or pretty. So I did that all through college, had all my girlfriends' birthday parties, and it went to bridal showers, baby showers, weddings. And I was just doing it for free. I didn't know you could get paid for this stuff. Then when I got married, I kept doing that. I had kids. We had Santa tea, we had Easter Bunny this, and all the things. Like every theme, every party was at our house. And my husband goes, "It's probably time you see if you can make money doing this. Because we can't just keep hosting parties every week." So I said, "No one's going to pay me to do this." And I had a friend who was, she planned bar mitzvahs. And I went and did that with her for a little bit. And I realized quickly, yeah, that's not my forte. Making it pretty for little kids that just destroy it in like 5 minutes.
Right.
Love the whole theme and all the things, but it was just like, no, I want people to really enjoy it after 5 minutes. So then I just went on, my hairdresser said, "Can you do my wedding? Just do my wedding and I'll do your hair for free." I'm like, okay. And after doing her wedding, I realized, yeah, I could probably make a living doing this.
Yeah.
So started my company and then did beautiful weddings and got very well known for beautiful destination weddings. And then corporate came along, corporate events, and I invited Deb to join the team, and now she's a VP.
Now, how many hours a week do you work? Because I would imagine, I mean, if anybody wants to get into this industry, it's a lot
a
of
lot of work.
hours,
And
weekends
it's-
and nights, and,
it's
right?
all of that.
Because you see the event from start to finish.
Yes. That is just one little part of it. It's the planning and the meetings before. And yes, we enjoy it, but it is not just glam.
Well, Gillian woke up at 1 this morning, and then when I saw her a few hours later, we're like, wait, it occurs to me, since we're doing this with this, who's placing the silverware and at what time?
Just
Things that
you know?
you don't even think
Right.
about.
Well,
Yeah.
in where we're from in Atlanta, we know that. From here in Sarasota, you can't
It's new
assume
to
anything
us.
because you have to, you don't know,
You don't know,
right? So it's, I call it like helicopter micromanaging, and they probably think I'm a little nutty, but I'm like, no, it's the first time we're working together. I'd like to know the protocol. So there are no surprises. It's a day
Right.
off. So that's why I get up at 1 a.m. It's when my brain turns on and
We
goes,
touch
wait a
each
minute.
other a lot at 3 a.m., actually.
Both of you. Wow. So how long have you been working together? How many years?
About 8 years.
8 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've enjoyed it and we'll keep going.
So I was on the events committee at the yacht club. Of course, we have events every month, a
Yes.
big one every month, right? And I did it for 2 years and said, I'm out. So God bless you both. I understand the amount of work, but yeah, putting together the run of show. And I did plan my wedding as well. And
Where did
so
you
right here on Lido Beach
go?
3 years ago, and then had the reception at the yacht club. Yeah, just understanding which vendors to call and then making sure that everybody knows how the table needs to be
course.
set and all of that.
There's
There's
a lot of
a
logistics.
lot of little details
Mhm.
that people take for granted when they walk
Absolutely.
into the room, right? It's
It
like,
doesn't just happen.
no,
Lighting to the way things smell, to the way guests enter the room, how they feel. Is it cool enough? I mean, all of that.
has there been any special requests that you've been like, I can't do that? Or do you say yes to everything and then just try to make it happen? Like maybe they want a special performer at the event, or
Well,
that's
we've
hard
had
to-
that, and that it's about the budget, right? So yes, we've had clients say, because we've worked in the past with a lot of celebrities, David Foster being one of them. We've done a lot of events with him, and they'll say, we want David Foster to come to our event in Naples, and I'm like, perfect. It's a
that didn't
minimum,
happen.
a minimum of this, and they're like, oh, it wasn't in our budget. So
Didn't know that.
just really getting aligned with the budget is very important. Say no, we just usually come up with another solution.
We try to understand why
Why.
they want that, and then we can come up with a solution.
But anything can be done if the budget is.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh, yes.
absolutely.
I mean, we have pulled off some radical things, but the budget has to be there because it costs.
What's
the
the most radical thing you've pulled off? What's the craziest request you've gotten? Can you think of one? Besides an alligator in the pond, which you didn't want, actually.
Didn't want
I
him.
didn't want him.
The craziest request. We have had an event on a airplane tarmac, private jets, and they had to move the private jets from their hangars, and we had to clear out a whole area. It was for a private jet launch of like the Uber of private jets.
Yeah.
So they
But
wanted,
it was a celebrity event
It
too,
was a
so we had to do all the security for the celebrity that was coming.
Right. make sure all the other hangars were not open and operable because we needed the whole runway area for the event. So things like that. But with enough time and again, budget, it can be done.
Are there celebrities that are hard to work with?
personality is just like anything. Yes.
So not just celebrities.
But and you don't really know if it's the celebrities. Really careful not to characterize anybody, because you have to understand that a celebrity has a whole team of people. And so the reaction you're getting, or the reply you're getting, or their rules or whatever may be being, enforced by their team. And that's not what their response is, or that's not how they feel about it. So you can't.
You'll have writers that you have to do in order to have them perform or come to your event. So, we just have a good rapport with that person, their personal assistant or whoever, assistant. They're just people. They just have things they want done a certain way, and we accommodate for that.
So you haven't had one that's a real diva, or somebody that you've been like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to name names.
Yeah,
I'm
spill the beans on that. Oh, yeah.
I do not want to work with that person.
Absolutely. We'd be hard pressed to do that again.
We have actually sat out on a patio next to the sea and said, we will never do that again. Never.
I said, if you ever hear me, if you ever hear me say we're going to do that again, remind me of the pain we just endured. Yeah. So we're very careful. Like
it's funny too, because I grew up in the Midwest. Gillian is Jamaican, and if we're doing an event and Gillian gets quiet or very intentional with her words, I'm like, uh-oh.
We had a beautiful wedding a few years ago at the Flagler Museum, where the band leader and our videographer, photographer, internationally, he was, they got into an argument. And little me in the middle of them saying,
2 over 6 foot men. I'm like, Gillian.
I'm like, you step away this way. It was so tense. And it was at your client's wedding, like, you didn't get hired to come here and fight. So this has to be settled right now. Just separate.
Mama Gillian told them,
we've seen all kinds of things. We've seen all kinds of things.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the things we get ourselves into, and
remember, events, people are drinking. So when there's alcohol involved, you really have to have very good security on site to help, because, things can go sideways quickly.
Now, I heard, speaking of drinking, I heard alcohol consumption is actually
down.
So are you finding a lot of events that want to be sober forward?
Ask for mocktails, have that on the as an option, but not completely
go to the bars. It's not, they want to have the option now to add that, but they're not taking the bars away.
I've seen where they want very exclusive wines. Wines have been, from different regions. They just don't want the status quo or the regular wines. What did we have at Bentley the other day? We have
a patron VIP party.
So we had a wonderful option for them. It was wine of the sea. Are you familiar?
Yeah.
So we had
I know Zarco well.
And a wine tasting. Yeah, that event, that's a good example of collaboration, because when they came to us and said they wanted to do a VIP party for the patrons, we approached Bentley, and we said, this is your new showroom. It's getting ready to open. This would be wonderful for you to host this group
and
here.
They want to be more involved in the arts, so it's a perfect fit. Yeah. And of course, Zarco is newer in the community with his wine, so he was just thrilled to come alongside and do that. And we had CW Prime Chef Drew from the St. Regis come to catering.
And internationally known Florida violinists that were really fun, dynamic husband and wife. And then Sarasota's own, actually, Be Swanky.
Well,
you'll be so excited what she's doing for this gala. Yeah. So we have an opportunity, John,
I saw that,
of this beautiful.
I've seen the bag in person.
Legacy piece.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, and you have
$100 ticket. You can have the opportunity to win this heirloom couture.
Just because you don't have to be present to win. Anybody can purchase these tickets, which I thought was really generous of her to do that for us, because that's not something she does regularly. But that just opened up so many, people who are newer to Florida, to Sarasota. Yeah. They are now learning about her exquisite handbags. And
how many tickets are you selling for that?
Well,
are you limiting it?
Yes, to like 100, but it's still open to everybody right now. And I mean, ticket sales are going great, but once it gets to 100, we are capping it.
Yeah. It's a gorgeous bag.
It's gorgeous bag. That pink and the way she just
the brooch.
I love the brooch. I just want to design one for myself. But I bought 10 raffle tickets.
You bought 10?
Yeah, about 10.
Very good. I own 3 B Swankies so far. So yeah.
Do you know it was just in Fashion Week? Did you see it in
I
the
did.
collection?
And she's doing a great job. She's killing that. And I'm very proud of women-owned businesses that just kill it. She's just awesome.
Yeah.
So very
Back
proud
to
of
your
her.
community.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a good group of people for that event then.
We did. No, it was last Thursday.
Oh, I was out of town. I was skiing and had a little accident. For those that are watching, for those that are listening, I broke my arm skiing.
Do you have to do anything other than a sling?
So fortunately, I found a doctor who's going to see me tomorrow morning. So we will find out what we have to do. They did tell me in Utah that I will probably need surgery
Oh.
because it is a displaced fracture. So the bone
Is it
broke
back
and
up?
then it
Went
kind
back
of
up.
went back. It shoved up, but the other, yeah. Anyway,
It sounds like it hurts a lot.
it does. But here's the thing. We have to plan an event because I'm turning 60 in 2 weeks. I know.
I know, but
I know.
I was expecting you to say 50th birthday.
60. So I'm like, I've been going through my,
Your
Google
list.
to try to figure out what to do for fun here in Sarasota. So you girls probably have all the cool things I can do. My birthday's midweek, so it's March 18th. So I'm thinking I want to do something the weekend before, but I don't want to do it too crazy. And I was originally thinking, salsa lessons, but I'm not sure I can do it. The broken wing. That would have been fun.
That's your hips, right?
I can do my hips and my feet. That's right. Yeah.
You're definitely not doing it here where you're burdened with having it in your home, are you?
I'm not. No. Normally, yes. I do it.
but not with
That's our professional advice.
Not big drinkers to doing a wine thing. I'll think of something.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll
Anyway,
come to you.
we'll think of something fun.
That's awesome.
But you got to celebrate.
I celebrate every day. I think it's important to celebrate because you just don't.
I
We're
know.
not promised tomorrow, are we?
Absolutely. Never, just don't put any, all of the special things, just do.
Exactly.
Every day is a gift.
That's why when I'm invited to these galas and stuff, you want to say yes because it's important to participate.
Of course.
Give back.
Absolutely.
That's important
Well,
too.
you're going to have fun at Wine Women and Shoes. I hear that's a very good one. They're all great, but that one I hear is very
I've been to
special.
the one here, not this past one, like year before, which was fun. It was a long day. But a girlfriend invited me to go, and of course it's at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fun.
going to be amazing.
So that'll be fun. I've never been.
Yeah.
So, and it's a great
You're in
group
for
of
a
women.
treat.
I'm looking forward to
I
it. It
know.
should be fun.
It should.
I'll probably spend way too much money and puppies that I'm going to have to
Puppies.
walk with.
Oh, gee. Those are hard to walk away.
I know. I said I might come home with a new pet, but we're already, as you saw, watching too many pets.
Well, you need to get your kids' pets back to them, right? So that you can get your own.
I don't really want my own because we'd like to travel.
Yeah.
And as much as I love animals, it's so
It's
hard.
Like, you have to, it's like having a little baby. You got to figure out where to keep this stuff.
Then you worry about it. And,
Do you have pets?
Not anymore. I have 2 grand dogs. I have an English cream retriever sailor, and then I have Riggs, who's an English cream long-haired dachshund.
Okay. How about you? Do you
I
have
have
pets?
poodles at 9 pounds each.
Shiloh.
He is our third child.
Do you have children?
I do.
And you have children?
I do.
Grandkids, grandkids.
You don't, not yet.
Sam has one on the way next month, and 2 boys.
2 boys,
and
and
one
they're
little-
adding a sister. She's the grand finale, my son tells me. So
It'll be nice to have a little girl.
yes.
I mean,
so
boys are great.
I know it's gonna be really fun.
Now, is it your son? You just have the one son?
No, I have a son. Michael's the oldest, and then I have 2 daughters, Emery and Sydney. Emery is married to Brandon, and Sydney is our youngest, and they all live in Charleston, South Carolina.
Are they in the business?
No,
They do their own things.
They do their own things. Michael's a Delta pilot and a C-17 pilot. Emery is a labor and delivery nurse, and Sydney is a video production person. So,
Oh, super cool.
Yeah.
My brother's in Charleston. That's where he
Oh,
lives.
whereabouts?
Just outside Somerville.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful town. Yeah. Need to go spend some time there.
You have such a beautiful accent. That's from Jamaica.
I was born in Jamaica.
Well, how long did you live there?
I moved when I was 17.
Oh, you
to
grew up
Atlanta.
there.
I grew up there.
But her parents are
Wow.
still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. How was that growing up on a island?
Lovely.
Really?
It really was.
I've only been to Jamaica once.
When you go to college, when you're after graduating high school, most leave and go away to college, and then I just stayed,
Wow.
got married, had 2 kids,
And you moved to the States.
moved to the States. Yeah.
And why'd you choose Atlanta?
Well, I went to school there. I went to study fashion design and merchandising, and then so it was a school at the University of. Well, it's changed now. It was the American University, but now it's changed to something else, international something. And then I lived there, got married, and stayed till I've been there 30 years, and I just moved here.
Did you ever do fashion design?
I did in the very beginning,
Yeah.
children's fashions, and then I worked wholesale selling at the Merchandise Mart in Atlanta, and then so I did it for a little bit. But New York is really the hub for that, and I didn't want to move to New York. I'm like your dog. I didn't want to move. It's fun for a weekend, but that's it.
She just found it was too expensive, and then her career was going to leave. She'd have to stay in New York
Yeah.
to pursue her career. And she said, I just can't see myself living here. And she said, I'll just be a starving artist my entire life and be 200 grand in debt from graduate school. I know, right? I'm like, yeah, go do law. You'll pay off your debts in a year.
And plus, then she can dabble right on the side like she does. That's great.
Exactly. And that makes it's more practical for sure. So, Gillian, you were named Atlanta Event Industry's Rising Star. What did that recognition mean to you? And what did it take to get there?
I had just started. I got it. You have to, it's companies in business under 3 years and who is like really making a difference in the community. And it meant a lot to me because it was somebody had to nominate.
It was peer recognition.
Peer recognition. And at that point in my career, I felt like, 3 years, I had worked hard and I networked and I really felt like I deserved it. It was wonderful. I was really happy about that. After that, then it really set us up to entering for other awards, for now events that we did. So it exposed us to the awards world.
Now, I have a girlfriend who's on the board, I believe, for the High Museum, is it?
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah,
It's a big wine event, right?
A big wine event. I've not done the wine event, but we've had hosted events there for clients.
Yeah,
as a venue.
She does the wine event. Yeah, I haven't been, but I have to go up with her someday and see what that's all about. I think that's their annual fundraiser, right?
Every year.
So, what are you seeing right now for trends in live events? Are we moving more towards immersive, more branded, more intimate?
Both. I think it's a marriage. I mean, like I was telling you, the pickleball events have exploded. Brand activations like Dolce Gabbana doing a whole seaside environment for a luxury hotel. We're seeing these collaborations come up because
people are walking up to the malls and getting into the community, which is new. They never did that before. And it's happening now where they're doing pop-ups. And I think that is the way to go because not that people don't go to malls. It's just that shopping is so different now, right? And when you have an exclusive event, like if they came here to Sarasota to sing, they're going to be here at the St. Regis. It just sets it apart. It's like a fun, cool thing, right? It's like a traveling trunk show.
Yeah, the signature events, and we do this. We've done this for other hotels that allow them to pull in people from the community. So that we did an Alice in Wonderland themed Mother's Day tea at
the Ritz-Carlton
in Atlanta. And, they could sell tickets to that or, putting together something that's a signature event for hotel, which allows them to sort of showcase not only to the visitors, but the community and pull them in and make them part of what their customer base is. So we love doing that. Have a reason for them to come out.
Yeah, I'd say that the trend, everybody is really not. People still love bands. They just love what's new and exciting, and that we bring that. Like we just do a lot of deep diving into what will make this event set apart from everything else. Think about it. Events, everything's done. It's just who is doing it with a twist. Right.
Or with intention. I think that's the other keyword for us is intention. When our executives arrive for a retreat, what's in their room that speaks specifically to them as a person,
not just a regular swag, a t-shirt, a towel,
a coffee mug.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's being very intentional. And even with our galas, we want people to feel appreciated, not solicited. It's the whole approach that you use to create that environment or that story or that journey that is something that's sort of radically different.
Yeah. That's smart. If someone has an idea for an event, a launch, or a bold brand movement, but they're hesitating, what would you say to them?
Well, talk to somebody like us because you don't need to be scared. We can tell you what the possibilities are. We can address whatever questions that you have. We'll run down the answers. Yeah. There's nothing to be scared about. I mean, the world is ready for old news. I mean, if not now, when?
And sometimes they want to take baby steps. We'll say, okay, let's do a smaller activation. we test it, see how, if you have the appetite for something bigger and grander, and then we usually do it. But some need a little coaxing, and they just want something a little smaller, a little more tangible, or something that they say, okay, let's just get a taste of it. And then when they do, they say, okay, let's just go for it.
What usually causes that hesitation? Is it budget? They don't wanna
It's
spend
budget,
money
it's
or-
budget, and optics too,
knowledge
right? There's a
too.
lot of in corporate America, there's a lot where we don't want our employees to think we're blowing money on this. So it's a lot of optics. So we have to tone down a little bit, but then we have done that for this one client year after year. And then once they start to trust us, let us just sprinkle in some things, and they do it. And then their employees are like, oh my gosh, it was amazing. I think that is a better approach. It's sprinkling in and then go for it. Sometimes it's definitely corporate culture.
Then it builds on itself, because we have another client that when we started with them, it's actually a division of the Council on Alcohol and Drugs, and they have a school program for school kids in Atlanta. When we started with them, they asked us to do a program, a summer send-off program for 200 kids that were in that program, right? So we did. It was at the Georgia Aquarium, incorporated it, the tours, the things that the kids hadn't gotten to do, see, whatever. And like we had a DJ or whatever. And then it grew. And do you know, this year we've actually had to go to this May, we have 2 events that will have 550 each at the events at the Georgia Aquarium.
Oh, that's great. Do you have a dream event that you want to put together? What's your dream event?
Well, I love fragrances, and I love fashion, and I love flowers, and I love Ferraris. It's great. It's a secret, but we're putting all that together in a very lovely package. I'm going to have
It's going to be an ELP signature event.
signature event.
So it's going to happen.
Oh yeah. All right. Because when I put my mind to it, it'll happen. We just have to get through March 6th. And then we love working alongside a charity, a nonprofit that we believe in. So it's kind of like a passion project.
Mhm.
So we would select one of those and then kind of wrap it around an event. And yeah, I think Sarasota is ready for a signature series designed, created by Events of a Lifetime Productions.
I love it. Is yours the same?
Yes, we're collaborating.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it would be so fun.
It would be very fun.
You're like, that's cars.
It's just fun to have
You're sexy, right?
and to actually have the opportunity to do what we want to do. You know,
Yeah.
like we're
Because if a client hires us, we have parameters, right? But when we create and then bring them in, they'll be like, okay, we want to be part of this.
So this is going to be your baby.
Our baby. Because, we've worked with Porsche Experience in Atlanta. We have unveiled Bentleys before when they launch a new car. We've done private jets. We've done Ferrari in Atlanta. So it's just a natural progression. Like, how do we shatter the glass ceiling?
Oh, I love it. I'm looking forward to that. I hope I get an invite.
I can't have a car event without you two.
No, I know. Exactly. Exactly. So tell me, what are you hoping? What do you see for the future for Lifetime? And how do people find you, first of all?
Well,
they can.
We have a beautiful website.
Yes, Events of a Lifetime.
Our
Production.
business usually is word of mouth, which we love. And for the future, I was just telling this to someone, like, people say, oh, what's your projection? And oh, you should be working towards this. We are just very different. I'm led by my faith. So is Deb. So we don't have anything on the books for 2028, but we will.
Yeah.
Because the floodgates open, and we're there to accept it, and it comes in abundance. We have our regular clients that do events year after year, but I'm talking about like that in bringing on a new client. Do we have one for 2028? No, we don't. But we will. It just happens.
Do you like doing destination events?
We love destination.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yes.
I would love that too.
We've done some beautiful ones: Paris, Santorini,
Yeah.
Amalfi Coast.
Oh, yeah. So nice. All right, and we're going to do a fun, fast speed round. You ready? Fun questions. No, they're fun. All right, Debbie first. Champagne Tower or Champagne Vending Machine?
Vending machine.
And for you?
Vending machine, absolutely.
Black tie or bold theme?
Bold theme.
Bold theme.
Old thing. Definitely.
Destination beach or rooftop city skyline?
Beach.
Both beach.
We're both beach girls.
We love
We
beach.
met on a beach.
Did you?
Yes.
But I would prefer
Okay.
a rooftop by a beach. That I would love.
A rooftop by a beach?
But she's-
Okay. Do we have that here?
Well, the West End.
It's not
Artivation.
really a rooftop.
Artivation, yeah. There you go.
Sage, yeah.
Sage.
This is a nice balcony over there.
We have a rooftop.
I can see some cocktails out there.
Yeah, we could have a very small party up here on that rooftop. What's the most unexpected event moment you've ever had? And we'll start with you, Deborah. Most unexpected event moment you've ever had. I'm giving you time to think.
We actually had to deal with a legal issue at one of our destination things. That was fine, but it was like totally unexpected.
And your alligator.
And my alligator too.
And
Yeah,
your
my alligator.
Okay, what was the most unexpected one?
That's a tough one. Probably at one of our hotels that we had a ballroom event in, and the wait staff, the gentleman that kept bringing us cake. Remember that?
Oh, he was the captain.
The captain. Somewhere it's just touchy feely. He knew we loved cake, and we'd worked there a few times. And he said he cut it for us, and we prepared because we don't get taken care of usually,
Right.
Because we are working.
Yeah.
But we work alongside. I mean, from the bellman, we were just very kind to people. And it comes back. So this one gentleman, it was a 4-day event, and we were so thirsty and tired because it was just like, go, go, go. And he took such good care of us. He brought us tea. He made sure we had the cake. He packaged up our food, and he made sure it was warm when we were ready to eat it. So I don't know. To me, that was just very, very special, right? Yeah. It was kind of unexpected because you don't get that everywhere.
How does the horse go when you shut down Peachtree?
Well, that was interesting. So we did a barat. We do some multicultural weddings, and this was a Indian couple, South Asian bride and groom, and we had to get permits to shut the street down. And then
Peachtree is not a little street in Atlanta.
It would be like saying you shut down Main Street here, like the whole thing for an hour, and people were dancing in the streets. But then after that, she wanted to leave in a horse and carriage, and in Atlanta, you cannot park the horse and carriage in waiting. So we had to time it so well that he would go around. Think about circling the airport. He'd be going around the block, and then she was delayed, and then she had to be right there. So it was like walkie-talkies and yelling, "We're coming down now. We're in the elevator," and then have them all aligned so that they could go into the And then because Atlanta was having a lot of issues with crime, we had to have a full security team travel behind them because her jewelry is so expensive. So we had security in front of her and security behind, and cops all over the street to protect her jewelry.
Oh, wow.
That was
Wow.
Oh, and here's another eventful one. The day we left that wedding, there was a shooting at the same hotel we were at. We had just pulled out.
That's right.
Yes.
There was a
somebody,
very luxury hotel.
yeah, and it was a doctor. He
Yeah.
shot some people in the lobby or something. And it was like mayhem, but we had literally just pulled out that Sunday.
Wow.
So you just never know what's going to happen.
Wow. Okay, that was a good one. That was unexpected.
Yeah, I know
That was unexpected.
What's one detail that people always underestimate?
The one detail. The parking, the
Uh,
valet, access to
yeah.
those things.
That's a good one.
Restroom facilities close to
That's a good one.
close to whatever you're doing, like us at this Van Wezel event where the tent is outside. So just making sure, everyone's taken care of, from luxury restroom trailers to if we have some
ADA accessible.
If we have some mobility problems, we have a golf cart that will be taking the guests to and from areas, just to make everything accessible and think of the folks that have mobility problems. Like, people don't think about these things, but it's important.
Yeah.
One of the things too, I think, is the story of the evening. A lot of times at our events, I will act as not really an MC, but going up strategically during the evening and pointing things out so people know what to do. They know what they've missed. They know something exciting, that you just take sort of control of the evening and guide the guests into what's available and what to do, and create it with a sense of excitement.
Yeah.
Because think about it, when you walk into an event, you are so enamored with so many things, the sensory overload. And then you have your friends and they're all talking and there's things happening and you see to your peripheral vision, but you are not paying attention to it. So when it's called out, you're like, oh, okay, I must remember to go over there. So that's kind of what Deb is talking about. Not to be missed moments being pointed out throughout, because there are so many things that you can miss.
You know what drives me crazy and can make or break an event for me? It seems so silly, but it's every time I walk into a room that has bright lights on and candles on the table, it hasn't set the mood properly. Now, again, I owned a restaurant for 8 years. So I'm like, you know what?
If you had said pet peeve, now that's a huge pet peeve.
Lighting.
So we always, when we go for a site inspection, That's the first thing I say to whoever is touring us. How do we adjust your lighting? Because they have no concept.
No.
They leave it blaring, and it's like, it just takes the mood it just flattens everything out.
100%.
Even just at Bentley the other day, we were working there, and he was so lovely. He worked with us with the lighting because I was like, we've got to get it darker. And he knew exactly what to do, and it just turned out beautiful. So
Sets
like, it
whole
does.
mood. It sets
It
the
does.
whole
It's
ambiance.
lighting. The
Lighting.
sound system is the worst if you have
Sound
that
is the
all
other one.
crackling and breaking. Like, it's so many
Not
Not
if
having-
it's too loud. I mean,
and
it needs to be the right.
not having enough bars.
That's another
Huge.
one.
You have to stand in line for your food or your drinks.
It can take no matter how pretty the room is, that's a huge inconvenience.
Yeah.
So all that has to be thought out.
Well, it's funny when you said the restrooms too. I don't know who designs restrooms, but there should always be twice as many
Women.
female as there are male.
Exactly.
I just
100%.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than a restroom just being not
Dirty,
yeah,
not-
dirty,
I
not
know.
picked up throughout the evening.
Yeah.
Just doesn't work.
I mean, it's just these little details that can
Yes.
change your experience
absolutely.
completely, for sure.
You leave a beautiful ballroom and you go into a dirty restroom. It just doesn't work.
I agree.
Or event space. Yeah.
I'll go into a restaurant, and if I have to use the restroom beforehand, I did this recently with my husband. He was ready to kill me. I had to use the bathroom, and the bathroom was so disgusting
You had to leave the
dirty
restaurant.
that I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would not stay. He's like, really? I go,
Yeah,
He
really.
was just ordering a sandwich to go, and I said, no, I'll be going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a
Not
full
eat here.
reflection of everything because why? Why does a bathroom have to do this? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes up around food.
I wouldn't do it. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, what's one word that defines your design style?
I'd say eclectic.
Eclectic.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. What'd you say?
Because impactful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're never matchy. And, it's kind of like when we seek out we actually have a furniture line too for our clients. And when we seek out furniture, it's on point, it's on trend, but it's not all, everything in the room has to be a certain way, like the color schemes and all of that. It's nice to have the pops up, no different from decorating your home, right? It's so nice to have pieces that are conversational pieces in our room. And that's what we're doing for this scale. Like the centerpieces are not just a flower on the table. Oh my goodness, why is that in there? Oh, it's part of the theme. It's all woven into the story, the tablescape, the ambiance.
I would have called it maybe your design style is personal. I like that word for you. I like impactful. I like eclectic is great. If you could design one dream event for anyone, living or dead, who would it be? Dream event for anyone. Who would it be?
I would love to do a dream event for Oprah because she has a budget.
Okay.
I like big budget.
She has a big
I don't think she'll say no to all my fancy ideas. But yeah. So just that would be fun.
That would be so
And I
fun.
love when she does her,
favorite
things. I mean, who
Yeah.
wouldn't like that?
Right? Oh,
Yeah.
So
That's a good one. Do you have another one?
oh my goodness. I'm trying to think of who it would be.
Mom for a special event for.
See, I already do that. I've
You
done
do it
that
for your
for all
families.
those.
Yeah.
Because I was the same as Gillian.
Yeah, entertaining all the time.
Mhm.
I would love to have my grandma seen me do this now. She passed before I started this business, but she would have loved it.
Yeah.
Now, I would
She
have
did.
liked to do some time period things, like back in the 20s or 50s, or like a Great Gatsby party.
Britain party.
Yeah, I just finished it last night.
Did
The
you?
series. I did. I did.
I just started it last night. I just started it last
Yeah,
night.
that would be super fun.
I just saw the one where they did the masquerade ball.
The ball,
Which was like so
yes.
beautiful.
We have one of those coming up on April 11th here.
Yes,
It's not at the Echo, is it?
No.
Yeah.
It's a
For the
private
Queen. Right?
For the Queen's
ball.
ball.
Yeah.
It's a private event.
Yeah, private. It's actually my neighbor. He has a birthday party every year with a fabulous theme. So this year it's
I'm sure it's
masquerade.
masquerade. Oh,
Tell you the date if you're in town.
I'm in town.
Well, actually doing another masquerade corporate Christmas
Yeah.
party next year in
Mhm.
Charlotte.
Wow.
We're going to do a Christmas masquerade
Yeah,
party.
in Charlotte. 350 people.
Yeah.
Will be a lot of masks.
Beautiful. Love all the theme parties here. That makes it so
Oh,
fun.
one of my favorite personal parties that we did was for Gillian's husband and his dad for
Oh,
his
yeah.
birthday. And that was Great Gatsby themed because of Dad's birthday date, right?
Yes. My husband's father was going to be 90, and my husband his 50th, because they're born 2 days apart. So we had a 50th birthday and a 90th, the dad, and it was beautiful, huge feathered plumes. And the designer that worked with us, he was exceptional. Like everything was just gorgeous. And we even had cookies made with press for champagne and everybody's place setting. We made sure it was really over the top. And my husband is into cars. He owns a car dealership, and he had a great Gatsby car.
They let us park it out in the circle in front of the hotel, and we had a Gatsby girl there with it, and so it was a photo op.
And then we had the dancers
Came in and just Charles presented this beautiful custom made cake. That was just a really fun party.
It was, and it was at the Waldorf Astoria, and they did a fantastic job. And my husband's family, his father's side of the family, live in the Middle East, and they all came, and it was all the siblings, and he has 10 siblings. They were all there. That was the last time we were all together, and then after that, they started to pass away. So it was very special.
That was very special. They were just so appreciative, and just there was lots of joy.
Yes, it really was. Who doesn't like a Gatsby party?
Who doesn't love a party, period, right? I like any kind of party. Well, this conversation reminds us that experiences aren't just decoration, they're connection. Whether it's a corporate summit, a charity gala, or a destination celebration, the real magic isn't in the florals or the lighting. It's in how people feel when they walk away.
You really summed that up well.
Thank you. And I love that your work sits right at the intersection of creativity and strategy. To everyone listening, don't wait to create moments that matter, because sometimes the right experience doesn't just celebrate a milestone. It builds culture, it builds connection, it builds memory. Gillian and Debra, thank you for being here, and thank you for helping us think bigger about the moments we create. And thank you for listening to Joy of the Hang. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.